Hi there and welcome to this bonus episode of the Gazette's Hockey and Inside Out show. I'm looking forward to this one. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, and I'm joined by my regular partners here, former Canadiens teammates and 1986 Stanley Cup champs, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. Knuckles, let's be kind and say the refs had a bad night last Thursday in Edmonton when the Canadiens lost to the Oilers. I know you've had some experience with refs over the years. What was maybe your best and or worst experiences with the NHL referees?
Well, in Edmonton, it was Schlenker. Last night, it was Schrader. Schrader, same thing. Okay? Here's the deal. You got to, and Brendan Gallagher said it well, you got to have your finger on the pulse of the game. Mm-hmm. Okay? What Anderson did after, he was pissed off about the goal. Come on. That linesman couldn't go down there and pick up the puck. I mean, please. So, unsportsmanlike. I thought it was ridiculous. Hee-haw. And then last night, Kirby Doc throws that check. No penalty called on it. Okay? So they deemed it no penalty. Then he's up against the glass and he gets attacked by the kid he hit and two other guys. Montour drops his glove, grabs him. Kirby did not throw a punch. He stood there trying to draw a penalty, and he got three guys on him, and they even it up. That is classic hee-haw. Schlenker, Schrader, same thing. Hee-haw.
Rick, what was your thoughts watching that game? I mean, a boarding penalty on Slafkovsky, which Gallagher said afterwards the refs said they screwed up on, and then tripping call on Matheson, the Oilers score. As Knuckles mentioned, right after that goal, they send Josh Anderson off for unsportsmanlike conduct. The Oilers score again. It's just what was it, watching that game? What were you thinking?
Well, listen, I think you can go through every game of the season so far and go, oh, what kind of call is this? What is the referee thinking? You can question so much of the way that they call the game today, and it's, you touch a guy in the hand, it's a penalty. It's just what it is. I mean, you can't knock yourself out over it, other than they should be held accountable. Like Marty St. Louis said, the guy should be reviewed on the video like we review our players, to make these guys, a little more intelligent on their decisions with their calls. But, in our day, back in our day, and Knuckles knows it a lot better than I do, with confrontations with the referees, because he had a number of them. But I can just say I'm glad we're not in a situation where I have to go up to the referee as a player and say, listen, that knucklehead Nilan, you better do something with him, because the wires have touched, and he's either going to beat somebody up, jump in the opposition's bench, or start throwing water bottles. So if you don't want to get this game out of hand, you better do something about him, because he is a wild man and he's out of control. But that's all I can say for him. I'm glad I was on his side and not against him that many years.
Knuckles, what was your relationship like with the refs? Did you have some that you got along better with than others? And back in your day, it was only one ref too, right? You didn't have the two.
Andy Van Hellemond was awesome with me. Bill McCreary, Denny Morrell, loved Denny Morrell. He was awesome. Fournier was okay with me. Bob Myers, he didn't care for me. Bruce Hood.
Kuharski.
Coho was awesome. I like Coho. Paul Stewart, they'd talk to me. Hey, careful, I'm going to be watching it, which I didn't listen to. But I said, you want to watch someone? Watch Greeny, because he'll never take a penalty.
Illegal.
Kerry Frazier, absolutely just, I didn't like his face. I didn't like his hair. I didn't like his always up my ass. And, I didn't like him. But I get why people would watch me during the game. No. And I'll say this. I deserved 98% of the penalties I got.
But,
Rick, sorry, go ahead, Rick.
Nobody was able to throw a puck as well as you could throw a puck to knock a guy out in the penalty box, over a partition and
That felt good.
get away with it. Perfect shot to the side of the head, almost as good as
right
the
here.
water bottle. Almost as good as the water bottle on Brian Murray's head to knock him off the bench. Classic.
Rick, when you're an assistant coach of the Canadiens, I liked what Marty said also. He said, we watch video after games to get better and show guys mistakes. And he says, hopefully the NHL does the same thing with the referees. But when you were coaching, you had Claude behind the bench, and Claude would be known to lose it sometimes with referees, right?
Yeah, you have to be careful because they can bind together to the point where they don't want to be upstage, so to speak. So you walk a fine line. I know Michel Therrien got into a situation with Frazier, I think, in the playoffs
against Carolina.
Against Carolina, which came back to basically bite us. But you have to be careful because there's a number of them that have certain egos, and you don't want to ruffle too many feathers with them because they're a pretty tight group, and if your name gets out there that you're going to make things difficult, and try and embarrass them, they don't want that, and they won't accept it, and you usually come out on the losing end of that one.
That's what I thought, Knuckles, too, with that penalty on Anderson. Was it an ego thing? And it's Josh Anderson, too, right? It's not. That was. I still can't figure out what was going on in the referee's head with that.
Yeah,
one.
that's different. Again, I'll just say it. You got to have your pulse on the game and what's going on. And I love the way Brendan Gallagher put it. I think he said it best. And probably not good to hear too much from me about it because I think.
Well, they can't fine you, Knuckles. Not anymore. They can't fine you for anything you say.
But
I have to have some decorum here.
It's different now. You talk about your pulse on the game. The referees are their hands are tied a little bit because they can't let a lot of things go because they have to be held accountable for their performance.
And then there's also two referees where if one isn't getting any calls, he wants to catch up to the other one. Right?
They go with the flow of the game, right?
I'm with Greeny, and we're both refs, and he's calling. I called 3 penalties. I got to keep up with Knuckles. My God, I got to call something. What am I doing here? No. Am I doing my job? Knuckles called 3. I didn't call anything. I'm going to get in trouble. Let me call something.
Well, Gary Bettman insists the NHL refs are the best anywhere. So.
Of course. and playing the game concussions have nothing to do with playing the game.
Yeah. That's a subject for another day for sure, Knuckles. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. We'll be back with our regular weekly Hockey Inside Out Show next week. In the meantime, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel.